Hello guys, welcome back. So we are going to continue with task series, the front-end tasks, right? So we are going to continue with this task of creating a landing page, right? And oh, so let's look at the task description, right? Given the image above, implement HTML and CSS to match the description. You have three containers to add a simple HTML page. We have a header that will always be on the top of the page, content that will fill up the height of the page between the header and the footer that will be aligned to the bottom, and it should contain image content inside. So, and the assumptions are like add a simple HTML document CSS rules to cover layout functionality for the image content. You would deliver the image. Okay, so how you deliver the image is up to you, and the text content use any William Ibsen. Okay, yeah, sure. And here you, all right, images, you can pick random images. So in our previous video, we set up our Parcel JS up, right? And we are going to go ahead now and start coding this. So just a high level overview, right? We are seeing like this is our main body, right? Or let's say a container. Inside, we are going to have a div for the header, a div for the body, and a div for the footer element here. And yeah, so that's it. So let's get started. So this is what we did last time. Just clear it out. All right. So without further ado, here's what we are going to do. Let us start our application. Right. So let's open a terminal, and for those of you who don't know how to start the app, you can always look up the package JSON right here. So on the script, they say start, and this is the build script. So we are going to use the start script by writing npm uh, start, and our server is running on port 1234. So we just refresh, we already have it here. Okay. No, this one, sorry. Okay, we need to start blank. All right, amazing. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, so the first thing that we would want to do is, create a div called container, and inside here, let's say we're going to have a header section, right? Another thing we're going to have it's our main body section. Oh, and we are going to have our bottom section. All right, so let's get started with the header. So for this section, we just have to create a header here, and inside this we can maybe create a logo. Let us call it like logo site, and then just any text we can use. We can say chest pick, okay. So this will be our logo, and the next thing we are going to do is we are going to have some links, maybe to the right, one or two, right? So nav links, and we're going to have maybe a button. We're going to have a button, right? And let's add a class. Let's call it nav link active, maybe. And another one, we can add maybe one more button. Let's say about, right? So this would be our header. So let's save and see what's happening. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So this is our header, right? Mm, all right. So let's go ahead and write some CSS for the header, right? So uh, basically, this is the like the basic alignment, right? We want to wrap like to set the margin to be 0 for the body, right? Our page, the margin 0 and padding 0, so that it can align accordingly to the edge of the pages, right? And the boxing size, like it's specified like the list of fonts families, name like user agents. So you can go ahead and read about the boxing size right here. And you can also look up the font family and how to change the fonts for platform. But for this, we are going to go with Open Sans, right? And sans serif, and this first we're going to use Roboto. So let's start styling. Let's start with styling the container itself. I'll just go ahead and open this to the side so that we can uh, yeah, able to see what we're doing also. So let's start with the container. Okay, so let us set the mean height of the container to 100 view width. So what this basically does is it is going to set the like minimum width to the height of like what the screen size you're using, right? And the next thing we want to do, we are going to like set the background color. Maybe let's say F999, right? Let's get the header. So we're going to display the header. Let's say display flex, right? It's easier to align items using flex box. And let's say justify content, space between. Amazing. So as you have seen, it has split. Uh, it has added a space between here, the logo side, and the nav links. That's amazing. Okay, and then let's give it a width of 100%. And another thing, background color, let's say, you and okay, let's add 7 save and see what we have. Amazing. Let's add some padding so that we can align also the items perfectly. 20 pixels. All right. Amazing. The next thing we are going to like position it fixed. Okay, and we are going to just set it top so that it can always stay on top, right? Amazing. So the next thing that we are going to do, we are going to style our logo. Okay, so to style our logo, we are going to get our logo. We named this part of the logo side here, right? So we just copy the class name and write some CSS. So we display it flex, and let's say font size we are going to use maybe 25 pixels. Say font weight 7, and this other create pointer, right? And we can target the first child element here, the chest, and then the text separately, right? So we can assign different colors. So what we'll do is we target first of all the parent component, the parent class here, and then we say the end child, right? And then we say the first child, and just say color white. Sorry, we made a mistake here because we didn't target the p tags, right? So we need to add amazing. So by doing this, we target only this p tag and the first one. We know for sure that we have two p tags here. So just go ahead, copy this and target the second one, and maybe the color will be a bit like, let's say, color for chestic with maybe 3.8. Maybe a bit of orange. Anyway, no, this looks horrible. The red was better. Yeah. Okay. So the next thing we are going to do, we are going to style the buttons. Right. So for us to style the buttons, we are going to first of all target the parent component, the parent. Why do I keep on saying component? The parent class. Yeah. All right. So so for the nav links, right? We just display them let's say display flicks, right? Amazing. And let us target the nav links and then the buttons, right? So the color, want the color to be white, and the background to be none. Amazing. So we just go to the background. The next thing we can do, maybe border. Let's remove the border. Okay, and maybe the margin. The margin we can say 0 and 5 pixels, and let's add some padding. Padding we can have like 10 pixels and 50 pixels. And the next thing we can also do is what else can we do? Oh, that looks okay, but the cursor should be pointer, and let's see, maybe some border radius. With 5 pixels. We won't be able to see border radius now because we don't have a background color as yet, right? So another thing that we're going to do, let us now target nav links and then again button and the hover class, right? So what happens when you hover on them? Okay, so we change the background color to this one here. Let's make sure. Okay. Interesting. It didn't work. Okay, so this didn't work. Let us see what. Oh, it went unresponsive. That is quite interesting. Let's exit the page. Oh, now it's working. Well, it seems there's a bug with Parcel. So if Parcel you're seeing this, you have to fix this, okay? Alright, so another thing we're going to do before we end this part of the video, we are going to add maybe some, yeah, we have one more thing we need to target here, which is the active class, right? So if it's active, then we just set again this color. It could be any color, at least, yeah. So the way this finishes the part of the header, right? So in the next video, we are going to do the main body, and then we're going to do the bottom section. So there you have it, guys. This is what we've been able to do, right? Thank you for watching.